my little emerald chumlets. We're going to do some maths today. We're multiplying and dividing using a number line, and we've got the starter question here for you. So have a little read of this. This is Marty, Emma, Rani and Harley have 28 mini cupcakes to share between them. How many do they get each? So you're going to complete the number sentence and answer it, and then you're going to write the related multiplication facts. That's another sentence using the same details in a different order to prove it. Okay, I'm going to pause it there so that you can answer. And you should have had a little try of that one. And let's roll in the answer. The answer is we've got 28 mini cupcakes, and we've got the 4 people sharing them. So that's 28 shared by 4 people. 28 divided by 4 is 7, because you're counting up in 4s to reach 28. That's the quickest way of doing it. And then you're going to write the related fact. You should have got 7 times 4 is 28. So it's using your answer to work back to the dividing, to the dividend. Okay. And this is your call starter. There are 4 plates of cupcakes at the party, and each plate has 3 cupcakes on it. How many cupcakes are there at the party? And I want you to try and count up in those 3s. Failing that, you can count individually. Pause the video now. Did you get the right answer? Let's check. Let's roll in that answer. That answer is 12. We've got 3, 6, 9 and 12, or we can count them one at a time and reach the same answer. So we're going to have a little chat time now. Talk aloud or talk to somebody else, a grown up perhaps, if you've got that luxury. I'm going to read it with you anyway, and then have a little think about the maths and see if you can answer these questions. Danny has 3 boxes, and each box contains 3 hats. Each box contains 8 hats. How many hats does he have altogether? So he's got 3 boxes. Each box contains 8 hats. And then we've got the question that's linked. He has 24 hats and divides those hats into 3 boxes. So he's putting them into the 3 boxes. How many hats are there in each box? So there's 2 there's number sentences that you could think of. There's 2 particular number sentences that I want you to think of. That's the first question. What would your number sentences be? So do them separately, write that number sentence down, and then have a little chat about it, and then have a think about what the number lines would look like for each one. Okay, so I'm going to get you to pause the video now, have a little chat about that, and then we'll move it forward. Okay, pause now. Okay, I hope you've had a time to talk about that and have a really good think it through. So I'm going to move forward onto the next slide. Oh, this little egg likes number lines. He looks nice and warm and woolly in his hat, doesn't he, today? So today we're going to work on a mix of multiplication sums and division sums. We're going to develop our skills further so that when we come to doing a mix of word problems like these, the ones I'm going to show you later, then you'll be able to use your number lines or the other skills that we've been learning. For instance, you might need to use, when we're doing word problems, you might need to use your multiplication grid, and you also might need to take some bigger chunks from your dividing line. Okay, you might need to do some of that today. But fundamentally we're not using grid today, but we will when it comes to doing the, we're not practicing that today. You will need to do a multiplication grid you've been working hard on when we come to doing the word problems later. You might need a mix, so we're going to go back and have a practice of them both before we start doing the word problems. So we've got these questions here. We've got Danny has 3 boxes which contains 8 hats. How many hats does he have altogether? So he has 3 lots of 8 hats, so that is a multiplication question. So your question would be 8 times 3 equals. Can you do that one the other way round? Yes, you can. Okay, because it doesn't matter with multiplication sums what order you do that in. Okay. Danny has 24 hats and divides them into 3 boxes. How many hats are there in each box? And it's a really massive clue because it's saying there divides. So that that word is in the problem for you. So it is a division question. There are 24 hats shared between 3 boxes, so 24 divided by 3 equals, and then you've got your answer. You'll need to do a number line. So we're going to recap now using a different sum. And here we go, we've got 4 lots of 8, 4 times 8, so 8, and then we use that jump forward, repeating this addition, times 8, sorry, times 8, plus 8, plus 8, plus 8, plus 8, and then we've got 32 in, and then to divide, you can excuse me, you can jump up in the 3s because that's the divisor. So we're doing again the arrow forward, 1 lot of 3 comes to 3, 2 lots, 3 lots, all the way up till we need to keep checking that we're getting up to that divisor. Don't just stop short or go too far. And then we've got to the last one there, which is 1 times 3, getting to 18. Now what's the next step with this one? Don't fall into that trap of just writing 18, because that's a common fault with using this problem. There's some chappies out there like to just put the dividend in. We need to then count the top groups that we added. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our answer is 6. Don't forget, if you can do a big chunk of 10 times the divisor, so 10 lots of 3, and it comes up as less than the dividend, you can take off that big chunk first. That's a massive shortcut. You don't want to end up with 15 or 16 jumps forward when you can do 1 jump of 10 and then 5 or 6 smaller jumps, because it's a bit of a waste of time. Okay, we want you to make those shorter shortcuts when you can. So your guided practices is coming back to the boxes and the hats question. Okay, so we've got 3 lots of 8, so our jumps are going to be in 8s. There we go. So the 3 groups of 8 equals 24. Don't forget to put your answer in. And then we've got the dividing question. 24 divided by 3. There's your number line. We're going to do 1 times 3 on the top now. 0. Jumps. First jump is to 3 because we're starting that number line on the 0. Another group of 3, 6, up to 9, 12, 15, 18, and the last one, 24. So we're going to count those jumps, and we've got 8 of those, and 8 groups of 3. Yes, Mr. Egg. 8. Brilliant. Oh, he loves a number line. Brilliant. There, look at that. That looks great. So, your steps of success today to get your rah 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 teddy bear going. The little bird on his head. That's very cute. Read and copy each question carefully. Look at the symbol in the question and draw a neat number line. Recognise that whether or not you're going to count to the answer up to your multiplying, or count those steps until you reach the dividend. That one's actually, I always find that one's slightly easier to go past or not jump far enough. So just keep checking that you're counting those steps to the right value, and then you either count the jumps or you reach the answer, and then you're going to complete your number sentence. And on the next page we've got the oh, look at that, what a pun. Let's do some excellent work today. Oh, you're making me exhausted. Those super duper puns. We'll give you some extra work. And here we go. We've got the questions for you if you're not printing out the worksheet, and you can just do that on paper, and that works just as well. Good luck with that today. Hope it goes very well for you. Thinking of you lots. See you later. Bye.